Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we're gonna do one problem on kinematic equations. Okay. Now that we are done with the kinematic equations and the concepts, it's necessary to practice some problems so as to understand the concepts and the use of kinematic equations. When to use which equation? There are three equations, right? So you will come across problems where one or two of those equations will be useless and you can only use one of those equations. So you need a bit of practice to understand which equation to use and which problem, which kind of problem. Okay, so let's just start with this problem. Okay, now one piece of advice. Okay, whenever you see a kinematic problem at your beginner's level, what one thing that you should do is just note down the things that you have been given. And also one more thing that you should do at this level is just write down the key equations that you know first. Okay, so let me just write down the equations. So first equation is v is equal to u plus at. Then the second one is s is equal to ut plus half at squared. And the third one is v squared is equal to u squared plus 2as. Okay, now just ask yourself this question: have you been given acceleration? Then have you been given velocity, final velocity? Have you been given initial velocity? Have you been given some other quantity? And also what exactly is it that you need to find out? What do you need to find out? What is your objective? Okay, these are the questions that you need to ask. Right? This is what you should do at the beginners level. Okay, once you do a lot of problems and you are quite well accustomed with this all, then you don't actually need to do it again and again. Okay? You can just read the problem and you know which equation to use. But at the start, I would advise you to just note down the things that you have been given. Okay, so acceleration. Have you been given the acceleration? Yes, it's 2 meters per second. Just go through the problem. 30 meters. Now this is the displacement that you need to cover. Let's see. Yes, it's meters per second square, so it's acceleration and it's constant. So acceleration is given, it's constant, and it's 2 meters per second squared. In most problems, the acceleration will be constant, right? Now, v. This is final velocity. Have you been given final velocity? Just go through the problem. No, you have not been given. So not given. Okay. Now, initial velocity. Have you been given initial? Yes. The car accelerates from rest, so it's accelerating from rest, so its initial velocity is 0, so 0 meters per second. Now what else have you been given? You have been given 30 meters, that is, you have been given the displacement, that you need to cover, right? So the displacement to be covered is 30 meters, right? Just read the problem first. How long does it take for a car to cross 30 meters? So we want the car to travel 30 meters. Okay, and it's accelerating from rest to a constant acceleration, right? This is constant acceleration, not constant velocity. Its velocity is of course changing because it's starting from rest and then it's no more rest. Okay, it's no longer rest, so it's having a velocity after time t. So it's accelerating, but the acceleration itself is constant, and that acceleration is 2 meters per second squared. Okay, and what is it that you need to find out? You need to find out how long does it take for the car, right? So you need to find out time. That's our objective. Okay, now just look at the equations now. Displacement. You've been given displacement, right? So there are only two equations with displacements. Now you need to find time, but now you can observe that there's only one equation with time quantity and displacement quantity, right? So we have to use this equation because we don't know final velocity. If we knew final velocity, we could have as well used this equation. Okay, now let me just write down the equation. S is equal to ut plus half a t squared. Okay, now the displacement, let's just plug in the quantities. So displacement is 30 is equal to initial velocity 0, so 0 into something, this whole quantity is gonna be 0. So 0 plus half into, what is a? Acceleration. It's 2, right? So it's 2 meters per second squared, and we need to find time, so time is unknown. Okay, so rearranging the equation, these two get cancelled, so we are left with t squared is 30. So t is gonna be root over 30 seconds, and that's exactly how long it takes for the car to cross this 30 meters. Okay, that's it. That's exactly how we solve the kinematic problems. Alright, and in the next video, and maybe a next to next video as well. So in next 2 videos, we're gonna do some 2 or 3 more problems, so that you get a clear understanding of how to solve the kinematic problems. Right. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay. Thank you.